Am I on? Oops. Hang on, guys. Check. Check. It seems to be working. I just got this crash course set up here. I'm flying by the seat of my pants because I'm trying to get on here to cover the rest of the election. Am I on? He said he found me, so that must mean I'm on. Da, 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 da. Yeah, Biden is still awake. Yup. So is it me? All right. I'm just checking to see if I'm actually on because I haven't done this in a while. There is a Biden speech coming up in 5 minutes. For what reason? I have no idea. Let's see, your videos. I can't tell if I'm live right now though, which is very strange. It looks like I am. Oops. Again, guys, bear with me here. I've never used this computer, never used this setup. Says I'm streaming, recording live, but I don't see it on my own channel though. On my phone. Oops. Bear with me. Technical difficulties. I don't know how to find it, or if I'm live at all. I wonder if I have to go to YouTube here. Perhaps. I should get the chat up anyways, if it works. Oops. Now I'm all freaking out. Cheating on the keyboard here. Do. Use Chrome. YouTube. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. So, if I'm home, am I streaming? How do I tell if I'm streaming? I haven't done this in a while. Like, my channel, is it from OBS it looks like I'm streaming, but from over here not so much. And this is such a different interface than it used to have on here, of course. Do you click here? No. How the hell do you find my library? Is that where you go? No. Me. My channel. Is this where you go? Is your channel. Okay. I am live. Okay. Good. Alright. Sorry about that, guys. I just had to double check that, in fact, I am live because it's not showing up on my phone. So I'm going to click this for just a second just to make total sure here. About that, guys. Yep. Okay. So it's rolling. Oops, I shouldn't have closed that. Scrambling around. We got to figure out. I got to get that back because I got to get on the chat for it. So how do I do that now? Derp to derp. Okay, my channel's over here. Moron is over here. There's got to be like a chat window interface. Is it in here? Maybe? Because I am live. Is there a chat window? It's been so long since I've done this. I am live right now. Later. Later. Piss off. Yeah. No. Back. Piss off. Escape. I'm on. You can see me on in the background, dumb shit. Block. I don't want this. Good God. Okay. No, no, you rotten son of a bitch! No! Stop. What a train wreck I'm having here. Where the hell is the chat dashboard? This is awful. I apologize for this, you guys. It's like, where am I even at here? Chat, chat. Could this be any more complicated than it has to be? This is ridiculous. Biden's coming on in a minute, and I have to find that link. And I need the damn chat, so here I'm going to try this. This is the only thing I know how to do. The chat's right here. Okay, so at least I have the chat open. Okay. Okay, so at least I can chat there. Bam. Okay, so we need to find this Biden speech. But tune into that. Biden speech right there. It's got to be coming on here. Why? Biden makes final. No. Where would I find this? Any clues? Any clues? Hang on. We're gonna try to tune them back into this for a second. What a train wreck. Doing this all by the seat of my pants, guys. So, okay, ABL. Okay, he's got to have found this by now. Okay, so I got him in my ear. Give me some pointers here. So I got, okay, back to Edge. If you're out there too, I wish I could detach this. Is this pop out chat? There it is. Good God. This whole thing can just be minimized. Because all I want is this chat. Come over here, you little bastard. Oh, it's up here. There we go. Boom. Alright. So, if we go to my channel now, my channel, videos. Oh, there it is. It showed up as live. Okay. Share. Copy. Ambulance. Do 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 do. So I'm typing some of my homeboys, sending out the link. Ambulance in a motorcade. What do we got here? I'm listening to Anthony Brian Logan in my ear. There's something going on. Something weird. Is he going to come out and say he won even though he hasn't? Okay. There he is. Okay. There he is. Sweet. Something weird's going on as far as Anthony Brian Logan's talking about. Something. Yeah, I'm going to try to find a stream here of what's going on with this Biden speech. I'm on the wrong page. Hang on. With the Biden speech. Let me know if you can hear the audio all right too. I got this mic set up over here. I don't know if you can't really see it with my setup, but this is working though. Looks like it's working. I could hear myself on it. I got this so rigged up, dude. You wouldn't even believe it. I got condenser mic over here that I use for recording hooked up to a Tascam machine, but not using it to record, just using it to get into the audio port, microphone port of the PC that I've got rigged up in my closet. We're flying by the seat of our pants here. Sweet. Sweet. 5x5. Excellent. I'm going to bring us in for the big win. Okay. What is this? What is he going to say, though? What is Biden going to say? So what is this? It's okay. This is on. There's just no audio. Okay, we got audio over here. We got audio over there. Okay, so while this is going, I'm gonna kick up until it turns on. Give me another tab to the right. Give me this. Give me this over here. Paste. You know.
Cardio burns fat.
Stop. Shut up. So that's loud enough. That's plenty loud. Let's dial that down. Was that blowing your ears up too? There's one setting that I might need to mess with. Desktop audio. Check. Okay. Let me play this for a second. See if it's gonna.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So desktop audio is on. We'll go ahead and fade that down a little bit. If there's any echo or anything like that, go ahead and let me know. Okay. So this says we will see what the blithering fool is trying to say. Yes, we will. As you said in your prediction, Rant, he can't talk. He cannot talk right. Okay. Everything's perfect. Awesome. Awesome. We're riding. We got that. Okay. Here we go. Let's bring up our boy here. We were watching them together anyways. Skip the trial.
What they call Florida, 96% of the vote, 51.3% for Trump. That's a curb stomping on Joe Biden, so it looks very good. Shout out to the President Trump. So we got 174 according to this map right here to Biden's 223. And I think we're going to get Texas as well. We might as well go ahead and call Georgia because it's not looking any better. So we got Florida, Texas is next, Georgia is next, North Carolina is next, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin.
You fixed the echo.
And it'll be a wrap. Nevada, still early, 2% of the vote. We gotta wait a little bit longer to get some more information. So we're just gonna wait on that.
Let's take that away, increase this.
So that's what we got right now. And according to this map, we have 174 to 223. But Fox's map is going to be different. This is going to be interesting tomorrow. Well, later on today. It's already tomorrow on the East Coast. But later on today,
Biden expected to speak soon. There's something going on over here, wacky.
About it. Each station, well,
I'm going to bring us home for the win. Biden is a blithering fool. What is he going to say?
Fox News is covering it differently than MS-13 DNC. Somebody asked me, somebody asked in the chat, am I for Trump? Is anybody see what I'm wearing or not? Maybe I just...
When I hear that fire up in the background, we'll get there and check this window again.
Yeah, you see it.
What we got here?
But yeah, it's Trump 2020.
Yeah, I know. It's great for my back, dude, because I can just chill here. It took me... I was running around, man, for like the whole time we were chatting. I was chatting with a bunch of people. Okay, hang on. the hell we got going on here? I'm going to slide this up over here so I can see it easier. Alright, that's still kicking. I'm going to turn this volume down. We're going to turn him back on live.
Well, Al Gore made a mistake by not coming out and speaking strongly. It's like, what's that going to do? The vote's already been casted now, so what's the purpose of talking? You about to be dead anyway, so who cares? Pennsylvania, look at this curb stomping. Oh my goodness! Stop throwing a towel, man. Stop. 56.9% for Trump, 41.9% for Penn, but 64%. So it could change. 56.9% for Trump and 41.9% for Biden. And remind you, Biden was going into he's in Pennsylvania right now. Basically, Wilmington is like in the Philadelphia metro area. Wilmington is like a half hour from Philly. It's in the same metro area. So he was going to Philly like every day. And look at what's going on.
Is that still coming in loud and clear for you?
Like a redhead stepchild. You understand? But that could change because you got a lot of weird things happening right now in Pennsylvania.
Never done it before
and
here.
Philly specifically. So
I can take this off now.
I'm gonna take a look at. I'm gonna put it over there for now.
We're kicking because I was watching.
I'm gonna take a look at
ABL anyways with you.
For Philly,
he was killing it. He's crushing it. Look at his numbers tonight, people. If you guys end up watching this tomorrow,
but I need it.
I don't know. It's not showing his numbers now.
There we go. Okay.
44,736 watching live, dude. ABL is crushing it, dude. I remember watching this guy when he had way less subscribers. He must have just blown through the roof, dude. Yeah, my mic is really good. It's an AKG condenser mic
for Philadelphia County
for recording.
It's only about 44.3% reporting. Delaware County, only about 15.8% reporting.
I can turn him up too if it needs to go a little bit.
Let me see. Pittsburgh, Allegheny County, 17.31%. So it could be a lot more that comes from Pittsburgh.
That's peaking a little bit.
Because even with 17.31%, I mean 78.7% for Joe Biden, and then Philadelphia County,
bump on my phone
74.9% with 44.3. So that could give you another 200,000 votes right there, and then another. If you extrapolate 17, let's just say 20, 100. So maybe about 200,000 more votes here. Maybe that's kind of giving it a lot. So 200, 400. It still won't make up the difference, in my humble opinion. Hold on. Let me see. So Pennsylvania right now, what's the difference? Can I get a?
Oh.
So
here
still are way.
All right, here's the blithering idiot. What's Deputy Dumbass gonna say? Let's watch this historic moment from a dumb moron. Can we get this bigger here? Quality cranked up a little bit.
Good evening. Your patience is commendable. We knew this was going to go long, but who knew we're going to go into maybe tomorrow morning, maybe even longer. But look, we feel good about where we are. We really do. I'm here to tell you tonight, we believe we're on track to win this election.
Piss off. You ain't winning shiz.
We knew because of the unprecedented early vote and the mail-in vote, it was going to take a while. We're going to have to be patient until the hard work of tallying votes is finished.
The hard
work.
And
it ain't over till every vote is counted. Every ballot is counted.
Scumbags. This is exactly what they had planned right from the beginning.
But we're feeling good.
Bullshit.
We're feeling good about where we are. We believe one of the nets has suggested we've already won Arizona, but we're confident about Arizona. That's a turnaround. We also just called it for Minnesota, And we're still in the game in Georgia, although that's not one we expected. We're feeling real good about Wisconsin and Michigan.
That's it.
And by the way, it's going to take time to count the votes. We're going to win Pennsylvania.
Bush Nuggets. Look at that. Dude, he
We're
knows he's
talking to folks
what a
in Philly,
frickin' son of
Allegheny
a...
County, Scranton, and they're really encouraged by the turnout and what they see. Look, you know, we can know the results as early as tomorrow morning, but it may take a little longer. As I've said all along, it's not my place or Donald Trump's place to declare who's won this election. That's the decision of the American people. But I'm optimistic about this outcome. I want to thank every one of you who came out and voted in this election. And by the way, Chris Coons and the Democrats, congratulations here in Delaware. Hey, John, the Gov, yeah, the whole team, man. You've done a great job. I'm grateful to the poll workers, to our volunteers, our canvassers, everyone who participated in this democratic process. I'm grateful to all my supporters here in Delaware and all across the nation. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Come on,
folks,
man, just give it
you heard
to
me
me.
say it before. Every time I walk out of my grandpa's house up in Scranton, he'd yell, Joey, keep the faith. And my grandma, when she was alive, you'll know, Joey, spread it. Keep the faith, guys. We're going to win this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Your patience is great. Let's walk over here.
Let's walk over here. Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Your patience is great. Let's walk over here.
Former Vice President Joe Biden and his wife Jill Biden saying this race isn't over, saying he feels good, count every vote. He said one of the Nets called Arizona. That would be Fox News.
Why is this jamming up so
called
bad?
Arizona, and we do not retract that. We just had on in Michigan on saying that they stand by that 100%. You heard it here live.
So the vice president, former vice president, saying,
No, it's jamming up so bad. Hang on.
we believe we are on track to win this election.
Liar!
That's about as much as he could say
Liar!
at this
You're gonna
point. But he wanted
lose, baby.
to put forward a positive.
That's kind of nothing burger on that one.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, not a whole lot there being said. So basically, I mean, what was the point of coming out and saying that? You might as well just stayed in the crib.
Yeah, hang on. I'm trying to get him to not jam up. I don't know why it's being like that.
Yeah, that was just kind of a nothing burger, big time nothing burger.
Close some of these lanes.
I mean, don't care at all.
Yeah.
Do not care.
So put the chat.
All I'm really worried about is just trying to get some of these states.
Yeah.
Let's get Texas
Oh,
called.
there's Bad Dogs.
We got Florida called finally. Let's get Nevada.
Alzheimer's just came out
on Nevada.
Stumbled some crazy words. He should have stayed in the crib.
And let's have that be that. All this other stuff, don't even really care at all.
All right. So let's go and check some of this out here. I got the New York Scum Times on there just to
Okay, so we got one Nevada. Only 2% of the vote. I don't know what's going on with Nevada. It's kind of strange. Why is it not more of the vote that's being tabulated? Even California got more of the vote than Nevada, so I don't understand what's going on. It's weird. Okay, so they've been caught Montana. I'm looking at Fox. They caught Montana already. Oklahoma, we called that. Texas, go ahead and call Texas. Like, what are we waiting on?
I mean, Texas on this one's called. What do we got on this one? No, go up there. Back out.
All right, I'll be here for a while.
See?
But
look at this one. This is decision.
And keep their energy level and focus. And I will tell you,
they're not going to call it.
you can look at
Hold
this.
on.
I think they're going to.
Glass
They're
half
going
empty.
to like
We
drag
still,
this
I
whole
know we're
thing
not
out.
doing this. Arizona
They want to drag this whole thing
there
out.
is enough votes on what is
And,
being
Okay, something's
Are you guys listening? He thinks Arizona is the Democrats.
a broken one.
dumbasses on here. What do they got going over here? So this one was playing in the background when it loaded up. It's playing ABC News. They got Biden 205, Trump 165. Now over here at Decision Desk HQ, which is the one I've been mostly watching all night. This is the one Styx was watching earlier. I don't know why he thought this one was more relevant, but I've had my eye on it. I don't know. It's hard to tell because, okay, so we got Politico over here, Biden 223, Trump 174. We got ABC News is saying 205 to 165. We got New York Slimes, Toilet Paper Record saying, what do we got? 213 to 174. This is that's not going to be too much on there for polling anyways. So I'm trying to flip around, get my chat up there. I wish this would be able to just stay up here somehow. I wish I could just stick this up there. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this like, not saying that this was totally accurate, but it looks good. And see, this is the numbers. This isn't a projection either. This is what they're saying because they have a forecast thing over here that I was checking out. But these shaded areas, so Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Montana, Nevada. They've got Nevada going red by a lot. Is that for real? Hang on, let me refresh this. Because I thought Nevada was in. Look at, they've got Nevada going in the red here by quite a bit. It's early reporting. What's the total percentage? Oh, 2.6 to 3.1 in, so that's real early. Okay. But these over here, East Coast, because it was Eastern time, you got Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin. Those all should be tallied up if they're red. I mean, Wisconsin's by almost over 100,000. Michigan's by quite a bit. I mean, but it's only at 57%. Why the hell is it taking so long to count it? Is it because there's that much more voter turnout? I gotta get my chat. What do you guys think here? Why is this taking so long here? Some of the drag feet here, the election. Yeah, they are dragging their feet here. Like, and why? Okay, maybe it's just me like bitching about it, but why is Georgia, North Carolina, or like Michigan, for example, why is it at 57%? Let's take a look at these other ones. What are they saying here? Total number 59% expected voting, 82% expected. So Wisconsin's like, why aren't they calling Wisconsin 82%? I mean that's pretty much a lock. You got Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania's got to be 64%. Why is it taking so long compared to the other elections? Is it because there was such a high voter turnout? Because, like, my buddy on the line here, my buddy I was texting, him and his girl were freaking out because they're, like, thinking it's going to win. But, like, they're just dragging their ass. Like, what are they doing right now? All right, I'm going to turn on ABL again. Hang on. I was doing a little my own research there. See what he says. Turn him live again. Turn your chats on. Yeah, good to see you, Matt Dodge.
That's usually how it goes. When you vote in the presidential election, you vote all red, all blue.
I gotta.
And I understand that.
Yeah, I'm pausing this just so I can read you guys' chat here. Catch up here. Dragging their ass. Cool. Dragging their. Okay, there we go. So they can cheat. Yeah, exactly. So they can cheat. There's 1% Oregon, and they called it. Who called it? Oh, dude. Do you need to get Fox News? Dude, you need to get Fox. So Fox News, yeah, I'll bring up Fox News for sure. I want to keep this up too. This I'll get rid of. This I'll get rid of. So, I mean, that's the thing, though. It's like you got to take a smattering of all of these. Did I knock out my shit? I did, too. Oh, no, it's over here. It's just moved all over. I got new tabs going all over the place. So, yeah, Fox News. I was trying to bring up a bunch of them just so you could get a whole smattering of them, of different. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to turn ABL back on. Hang on. Doing this all on the fly, right there, and then there, and then there.
Because if you're passionate about, wanting the Democratic Party to win, regardless of who it is, you're gonna vote straight ticket. I mean, surely if you're voting for Joe Biden, you're not voting for Joe Biden. You're voting for the idea of Joe Biden, the Democratic Party in general. You're not voting for Joe Biden. Because Joe Biden's halfway dead. He don't know what's going on. He's voting for the Democratic Party. You're not voting for Joe Biden.
He's half dead. He don't even know what's going on.
So the polls are closed in every state except for Alaska, and they close in T-minus 7 minutes. And we're gonna know. It's gonna go with Trump.
Can I dock?
So that's not even. That's kind of a foregone conclusion. They're gonna call that at 1 o'clock. As soon as the polls close, they're gonna pop Trump for Alaska immediately. Now, what we got to do is just figure out these states that are kind of not really, settled, and they will be cooking with gas. But for right now,
there we go.
It ain't really. That's not just really what's going on. So we waiting on Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan. That's it. Go ahead and call Texas and Georgia, North Carolina. In my opinion, go ahead and call them. Ain't no sense in waiting. North Carolina, 94% of the vote is in. And Trump, it's close though. I will say it's close. Trump is up 2,732,000 compared to Biden with 2,655,000. So it's a close race. It's less than about 100,000. It's about 70,000 votes in between. Close race. But I think that we're going to win that North Carolina. Georgia, we got 52.8% of the vote compared to 46%. 85% of the vote in, 2,235,000 compared to 1,947,000. 200,000 margin, 85% in. Go ahead and call it. Texas, 81% in. With a 500,000 margin, you're not gonna make that up. Nevada, 3% in. We're leading in Nevada, but it's not like, it's not a curb stomping yet because we don't have all the votes. So, yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
94% reporting in. Why don't they give him North Carolina then? Yeah, 94%. It's pretty close, but I guess it's within 100,000.
Will Trump win? I think Trump will win. Yes, I do believe Trump will win.
I do too.
It's a matter of time. We might not know like tonight. We might have to wait until, in the morning. A little bit later on in the morning. It's like almost 1 a.m. over here on the East Coast.
Yeah, and Trump's got to speak
7
too.
7 a.m. on the East Coast. So
he's got to come out
10,
and say
11,
something.
12, 6 hours? Wild stream.
No kidding. It is wild. It's all messed up in my opinion. Who can keep up tonight?
So
got
Biden
50 tabs open. Yeah, no.
Final issue prediction.
They're putting it off, but it makes sure
sense.
Trump won.
Where's
I think so
now?
too.
223. So he'll probably pick up Arizona on this one. That'll put him at 234, and then Maine 236. Yeah. Then that'll be it. He doesn't have any more to pick up. He already got Hawaii, and Alaska will pop for Trump as soon as 1 o'clock hits. As soon as the polls close, it'll be over with.
It's close, but I'm thinking that Trump's going to win it, man. I'm feeling pretty good.
Fox News is called Maine for Biden. Okay, so they have Biden up 237 to Trump's 213 electoral votes, and they called Texas for Trump. Now, does anybody think that Biden's going to win Georgia or North Carolina? I don't think so. If Trump wins Georgia, North Carolina, and Texas,
I mean, they're calling Texas.
he has 244. But let me see. Trump will win Wisconsin, 254, and Michigan. Well, they're trying to say that Biden will win Michigan. I don't think so.
No, no way. No
All
way
Trump
he
really
wins.
needs is Pennsylvania. That's what it'll come down to, Pennsylvania. That's what it'll come down to, because we already got Texas and Florida, North Carolina, Georgia. Pennsylvania is over. It puts you at 278
For our
if you get
God
everything
King.
else that I mentioned.
Orange man bad.
Biden could win North Carolina. It's possible, but I don't think that's going to happen. If Trump wins Wisconsin and Michigan, Pennsylvania is irrelevant because he'll already have the votes that he needs if he wins North Carolina.
Which he
However,
should.
if he does not win North Carolina, he's going to need Michigan and Pennsylvania.
He's got them all.
Well, shout out to John James for winning in Michigan.
Yeah.
That's the thing about these
Just
elections.
John
People, like I said
James.
before, people generally vote straight tickets. So I
Yep.
think John James is able to win. John
Yep.
James winning 54% to 43% is, I think, symbolic of how Michigan would go on a national ticket. People generally vote down ballot. They vote straight ticket red. So if he won already and he's a Republican,
Hell yes.
I think that'd be the case for the entire state as far as going for Trump. All you guys get at 270. All it needs is 270. That's it. Once Trump hits 270, it's a done deal.
Yep. It's a tough race.
All right. So I'm going to go to Twitter right quick and see what's going on over there. See if they got any new information.
That's exactly what I was going to do. Let's check out Twitter. Let's leave him up in the background. I'm going to turn him down a little
Trump
bit.
Come out tonight, make a statement. Let's see what he's going to say. They didn't block him. They just blocked the statement that he made. So here's what happened.
What?
You see. Now, just on the timeline, not clicking on anything, you see that there's tweets and whatnot, right? And this one is you have to view it. And
let's see if I can
you have to view it. And if you can't see it, you can only hear. It says some or all of this content shared in this tweet is disputed and might be misleading about
piss off
election
Twitter,
process.
you rotten
Learn
bastards.
more. So you have to actually click it to view the tweet. And this is what it says. Still got a disclaimer on the top and the bottom. The top disclaimer that I already read is right there at the very top. It's still there when you read the tweet. And at the bottom it says, learn more about U.S. 2020 election security efforts.
You sons of bitches.
With exclamation mark. And
why is this?
And the tweet says, we are up big, but they're trying to
steal the election. And Twitter's got to censor our president on the night of the election.
Votes cannot be cast after.
You rotten scumbags.
What's wrong with saying that? Misleading information. What are you talking about? I mean, you see what's going on with the media. They are trying to steal it. They're trying to delay it and nothing else. I'm seeing that. You know, they're not.
Man, I got an ultra fast connection too.
They know what's going
on.
They don't want to call it because
there's no reason for it to shit out like that.
They know that they're trying to say that they're going to get more votes than they could. No, it's over. But we know what's going on. Pennsylvania is the only state that's in question, really, in my humble opinion. Call North Carolina. Call Texas. What are we waiting on?
Yep.
But hey, no surprise though. You already know what time it is. You know they were going to do that before they even did it. So there's no surprise in that that secured tweet, whatever they want to call it. There's no surprise there. We knew that was going to happen. But I figured they'd do this on election night. They probably couldn't wait to do it on election night. They probably had meetings about doing this for sure.
Look at this bullshit. I try not to swear
So
too much in my streams,
we're
but
back on
this
the
is
maps, and I don't see any progress.
bullshit. I'm
Pennsylvania's
sick
up
of the
12 for Trump,
censorship
11.
of
Yeah,
everyone,
they're up big.
including our president.
64% reporting. Trump is up 56.7%
Yeah, it
to
does,
Joe
Mad
Biden's
Dodge. It's going.
42.2%.
Ohio's going Trump
Now, Trump
for
has
sure.
2,600,000 votes in Pennsylvania
They
compared
put the
to Joe
choke.
Biden's
Yeah, I know,
1.939
dude. That's
million.
all they do
So
is piss
600,000
on our
more
freedom of
votes than
speech.
Joe Biden. When you get more, when you get
What
those votes
a
in Pennsylvania, I mean
disgrace!
from
What an
Philadelphia,
absolute
from
disgrace!
Pittsburgh, are you going to get those from there? I don't think so. I do not think so. Matter of fact, let's go county
Like,
by county if we can.
I'm sure that
Let me look this up
you,
right here.
Ogre, you must be off Twitter. You got nuked off there, I'm assuming. Because it's like,
So,
dude, these people on Twitter, that Jack Dorsey is a piece of shit. He's an absolute scumbag. That is just infuriating, man. The thing that we must have in this country is freedom of speech. And these big tech companies are completely tyrannical. They have an agenda. It's everything we can do to stop them from censoring our tweets. I mean, I felt it early on in 2016. I was banned off of Facebook before. Like, I'm back on there now, but I was banned off there for changing my name to Deplorable Clinton Cox, which is my name. I just put deplorable in front of my name. And somebody narked me out, and it even said, somebody has reported you. Nuked off for the only existing cause harm, they say. Yeah. Because words hurt so bad. The President of the United States, the most powerful man in the entire world, in the entire free world, cannot say what he wants to on Twitter without bowing down to Jack Dorsey, that piece of shit. I mean, I can rage out about it. It's so upsetting to me because, like, oh, it's only the First Amendment. And I get it. It's not government squelching his free speech. It's some pompous little arrogant piece of shit. I gotta settle down. It gets my blood pressure going because it's just disgusting to me. I'll be making a big statement tonight. A big win. Biggity bam. We're retweeting the shit out of that. Amen. Now, I know Mad Dodge was not a Trump voter. I'd be interested to, yeah, exactly, revoke Section 2. Well, I think something needs to be done with it. I don't know enough about Section 230, whether to say, like, it needs to be completely revoked, because I get the whole point of the publisher thing. I'll read that in a second. But the whole point that the publisher, like Twitter, shouldn't be held accountable for what people say on it. That part needs to stay in there. Like, but what it is that they should also not be able to censor stuff unless it is of a threatening ISIS, death threat, this type of situation like that. That's the only thing that they should be able to do. And so there needs to be at least amended hardcore for sure. Everyone knows I get crazy, but freedom is freedom. We should all remember sticks and stones will break my bones. The words never hurt me. My Mima taught me that. Preach it, Big Red. Yeah, damn straight. Whoa, Mad Dodge. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. God bless your heart, brother. Because I know that he's not. I mean, that's where I was in 2016, man. I was, libertarian at heart, but I was like, dude, there's Gary Johnson and Bill Weld is what really, really, well, both of them, but Bill Weld I just couldn't handle. And Joe was, yeah, I was going to say, she's more lefty. Yeah, I know, because she supported Black Lives Matter, the organization, and it's like, are you shitting me? They're avowed, like, self-avowed Marxists. So that's ridiculous. It's not like it wasn't Gary Johnson. Yeah, I voted for Gary Johnson in 2012 instead of Mittens Romney, piece of shit, turncoat, backstabber. Damn, I'm getting drunk. Good for you, Bob. Cheers, man. Here, I'm gonna have a cheers with you, a little toast. I'm drinking coffee, but I'm right there with you, buddy. Right there with you in spirit. And hang on just a second. I'm gonna fish this around. And then look at what it says too here, these rotten scumbags. You go on to Trump's page every time, it's like, oh, do you want Hillary and Obama and Biden? I'm sure you get like, what a joke. Every time too. Every time. Well, I'm glad to hear that you voted for Trump, because I mean, it's not like he's infallible God Emperor, but he's the best we got, man, and he's doing the best that he can with what he's got, despite all the bullshit that he's had to put up with. I'm probably screaming in that mic, but I'm gonna put ABL back on here, turn him up for a minute, and I'm gonna close some windows because I've got some windows open because I was like running around and getting hot. I'm gonna close some windows, but I'll be right back. I'm gonna crank him right up here.
Kelly Loeffler won, of course, in Georgia. What are they calling it for her in Georgia?
Oops. Shit.
Arizona,
they
still not called that yet on Politico or on Google.
I'll be right back.
I think they called it on Fox News though. Yeah, so shout out to John James for winning. That was an important race. And let me see. That's where we're at right now on the Politico official map. Again, this is on Politico.com. I'm also using Google.com for this one. And for that one, that is New York Times. They've not called Texas yet on New York Times for some reason. Don't know why. But they need to go ahead and call it. And this one is The Guardian. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. This is the county by county one I like to use. All right, I'll be right back. It was bad for me again. I'm drinking this water like it's, like it's nothing. Give me a minute. I'll be right back. Hopefully we can go ahead and get some more progress when I come back. So we put the real map on. Let me put this map on. There we go.
Froze up on us? Oh, he took a break too. I'll be right back. I'm in the room. Getting a little snack. Closing up the window. I was like legit hot there for a minute. One last window. Oh, got it. One right here. I was running all over the place trying to get this set up. Last minute crash course. I got my phone. I got my mouse. I got my keyboard. All right. Cancel. No. We're going to flip around here. We're going to flip over here. Gary's a good dude. I thought he's a good dude, but he's kind of a dink as far as the what is Aleppo thing. That was such a bad look. But it was nothing compared to Biden, though. My God. Like, almost shut here and check. Yeah, I know. I know, it's amazing. Thank God. Thank you, God, that John James won. Yep. We got a small crew here. Yeah, I know our governor needs to go to jail. You don't gotta tell me, Bob. I'm gonna hunt down the. I went to vote today. I was on Facebook, and I was getting ready to vote, and I just happened to see right down at the township hall there that the recall Whitner people were down there. So they said they were leaving at 10:30, and I ran right down there and got there at 10:15, but they were already gone. And so I texted him on Facebook, and okay, he's back. He's got some snacks too, doing the same thing. I could have pulled that off of what is a level place. Yeah, I know. We shouldn't have bombed it for sure. I'm glad that hopefully we're getting the hell out of there too.
Got some snacks on deck. If anybody wants some.
I did the same thing.
Pumpkin seeds.
Get the windows in check.
Got a
batten the hatches down.
Crunchy peanut butter. It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
Little drink. Hey, I'm here. I'll be here for a while. I want to see if there's anything changing.
Me too. Trump's gonna speak too.
If not, then I may go to bed soon.
I mean, I'm not. I'm waiting for Trump to speak. I'm waiting for that speech, boy. He's gonna come out.
So I'm gonna retweet. 39,000 live in the chat. Thank y'all for being here. You guys are the best audience on the internet. And I mean,
you gotta be shitting me. You can't like the tweet that's censored on Trump's page.
Is anything? Did I miss anything? I don't see any changes.
Unreal.
212, 223.
Disgusting scumbags. Trump has to literally fight everything. Every single force of establishment, media, Twitter.
Texas, of course, they call that.
The guy's a damn warrior.
Georgia need to go ahead and call that. It's not going to get no better. North Carolina need to go ahead and call that.
She needs to be more than that. Yeah, no
it's just
shit.
getting worse. I think the last time I saw it, it's not probably around the same thing.
Yeah, we are up late too. I wonder if Donnie's still watching.
Nevada, it's not changing at all. Alaska, not updated.
I should probably throw out this link too.
Who called it? Because I don't see it on my maps anywhere. I don't see it on my Google anywhere.
So I'll put it back on him for a minute.
I mean, if they did call, I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't see it called anywhere.
And I wish I could throw this on there and actually show in high quality. I don't know why I can't. My internet's fast as crap right here.
Nevada.
At least get it like decent, like 360s. You know, not like crazy awesome.
There's just nothing there. There's nothing there.
Wonder what he's using there when he's zooming in like that.
South Carolina,
to see the
Georgia.
counties.
Alaska. Okay, yeah, Alaska popping.
He's doing
50% of the voting.
He's done a great job.
They call it for Trump. I don't know why they're trying to act like it's not even like it won't go Trump. I don't really get it. But 23% of the voting, 58.1% for Trump, 38.3% for Biden. Just go ahead and call it. Like, what are we doing?
Sorry, I don't mean to smoke that right in the microphone. Back off a little bit.
And Trump's losing the popular vote right now. It'd be hilarious when they get triggered about triggered about
winning the
popular vote again. That's gonna be funny.
That is gonna be hilarious.
All right, look at Virginia.
Turn his mic up a little bit.
So Biden has about 2 million, a little over 2 million votes in Virginia, compared to Trump 1.7 million. Biden 52.5% to Trump's 46% in Virginia. Not surprising. It's unfortunate, but not surprising. Because of Northern Virginia. Northern. Can I click on these? Let me click on these right quick. Let's get a refresh on this one. See if it wants to pop the way. I can show you exactly where the problem is. In Virginia, it's nothing. Oh, Chesapeake. Wow, that changed to Joe Biden. Interesting.
Oh, wait, I don't have to do that here.
They need to go neighborhood by neighborhood, but different story. Suffolk, of course, Joe Biden, but kind of close, but not really. Virginia Beach. Wow.
BDSM.
134,000. Okay, that's where the votes came from. Interesting.
Need to fill this little
Glad-
bastard back
glad
up
left.
again too.
Portsmouth, of course, Joe Biden. Norfolk, of course, Joe Biden. And then James City, Charles City, Caroline County. Wow, up here, look at this.
That was a little bit big one.
And then,
Get there, bub.
What? Hold on. Look on the outside. If you don't live in Tidewater or Northern Virginia, it's all blue. Stuff like Montgomery County, that's like Virginia Tech. And Bedford, Botetourt, all of that is like Roanoke. You can see the little blue dots. Stanton, Harrisonburg, Charlottesville is actually right there. Oh, we're not racist. It's vote for Joe Biden. And then up here, Prince William County, Fairfax, Loudoun. That's like 3 Virginia beaches right there at the very top. And then, of course, Stafford. Fauquier County. A lot of Joe Biden voters too, but not really. And Clark County. Then you start to go like to the Springs and stuff out there in West Virginia. But yeah, Fairfax County. Well, the city Fairfax, but Fairfax County, 405. Look at this. 405,000 votes for Joe Biden in one county.
What?
Greater than all of Hampton Roads and Roanoke and all of that combined. That's why we lost. That's why we lose Virginia, is because of this right here. One county. And then right next to it, Loudoun, you got 135,000 for Biden. And then even with Prince William, 139,000. So what are you going to do? Just annex all that. Just annex these 3 counties right here, Prince William, Fauquier, and Loudoun. Well, Prince William, Loudoun, and Fairfax. Just give it to Maryland. But then you lose the Potomac and all that money right there. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation. Well, it's a win. It's pros and cons. You get rid of that Democrat stuff. You have a more conservative state, but then you lose the land that you have, water access, the river, all of that. It's going to be a problem. It's just the way to get Virginia back is to reduce the size of the government. That's it. If you can win in Virginia if you reduce the size of the government. All this DC expansion just comes from big government. That's it. That is all. There's no way around it. Big government equals dead Virginia, at least politically. Biden did not get Nebraska. Biden got Kurt Stompton, Nebraska. 56.6 to 41.2. Come on, cut it out. Oh, these are great.
Trump is so gonna win, man, and they're delaying the inevitable. And Nancy Pelosi is gonna get up there and bitch about it. It's the last thing we need to do is hear from her, because you know that she's gonna be involved in this. We're gonna have to listen to her just terrible ass. Come on, Trump. Let's refresh this one here. We gotta hear from the big man himself. He's got to come out, say something. That dude, has he slept in 3-4 days?
Carolina's pretty close too.
Just running off Regenadol or whatever. Regeneron.
94% of the vote in North Carolina, 50.1%, and 40.7%.
Curbstone.
It's still close though. That number's not really changed at all. Like in the past minute. Nevada's blue. No surprise.
That's early though, from what we were seeing on that other.
Unfortunately, this is just the California virus.
It's bleeding into
Utah saved by geography and Mormonism. Facts.
It's not though, because they got Mittens Romney. They elected. I don't want to call them morons, but that was a bad mistake electing old Mittens. That's the last dude we need hanging around anywhere. Is that dude? That guy disgusts me. I can't stand him. I'm just epically, constantly pissed off. Come on, Trump. No, our God King needs no sleep. He will sleep when he dies. No shit, dude. He has been going so hard the last few days, man. I mean, he's been up till 2 and flying all over the place, doing 4 or 5 rallies a day. All right, so let's take a look. I don't know if you guys ever go to this site, but I have stumbled upon this site, which is like a replacement for Drudge, since Drudge, I don't know what the hell Drudge's problem is, but they have been pretty much lost cause, which is really hard for me as a big time Drudge fan. I've been a fan of Drudge since forever. I mean, constantly, like, daily reader of Drudge, but over the last 2-3 years, it's just become total sludge report, nonsense, Trump hating, and I heard a rumor that he sold out, but then today I was watching Mark Dice stream like a couple hours ago, and he was saying that he interviewed a guy that did a biography on Matt Drudge, and that guy that did the biography on him said that he did not sell out. Didn't give any reasons for why he's such a Trump, like why he's got TDS so bad, but apparently that's all Drudge. It seems to be from that guy's third party what he's saying. But anyways, I found this site which is really good. I think one day I just typed in like Drudge replacement site, and this is what I found, and boy, I really liked it. I find it now. It's not like, see, Drudge was always at least it was always leaned right, but it was down the middle, and it was just links, which is what this page pretty much is. But this page is very right. It's not. It's probably, to me, I'd say it's just right, but to anybody that's like left of me, they'd probably say it's like far right or something. I'm looking at the comments here. Hang on. Let's see. Mormons. No more. Morons is a good name. Mitt makes me want to puke my guts up and lick it up. Yeah, he's totally disgusting. Better. Bongino is the man now. Yep, Bongino report. I had that one up earlier. Those are my 2 replacements for Drudger. The Bongino report and Citizen Free Press. I mean, it's a blatant Drudge ripoff. It looks like Drudge and everything. That's why I like it, though, because it's just black and white, and you can just scroll through headlines and hit shit that's interesting or whatnot. Let's see here. He's mad at Trump and caught full of TDS. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't understand why Drudge is so. I don't get it. That makes no sense to me. Get woke and go broke. Put out the link. Yep. Put out the link to Citizen Free Press or Drudge. Is that what you're talking about? Oops. Grab that. Give you the link. Link. Is that what you're talking about? Yep. Listed it. Yep. Citizen Free Press. It's a great website. Just citizenfreepress.com. It's like Drudge. It changes every day. But like I said, they don't even try to play it down the center. It's like straight right, which is cool because that's at least a good straight right website. But you could always like send the Drudge report to, lefties, and you could, not like, they kind of come back and look at it, like even this close friend I have that's super hardcore left, even before Drudge took a hard TDS pill, my buddy was like going on there and reading it and finding it interesting. He still thought it was like real far right, but he would at least it was interesting enough where he came back. But now it's like he's probably reading it every day and loves it because it's a bunch of TDS nonsense. Yep. Cool. So, yeah, I was just going to take a little break and read some of the headlines here. Trump campaign, and let's hit the refresh to make sure that it's fresh. Yeah, see, it refreshes a lot too. So, Quinnipiac polls is trending for failure, missed Ohio by 13 points. Quinnipiac, not as familiar with that poll, but missed Ohio by 13 points. In the polling industry, when this is all said and done, should they even be have a job anymore? Need to look at the left and MSM, but yeah, I know that's what I like a good mix, but it's basically like everybody is moving so far left, it's shoving what was in the center to now be considered far right extremism. It's not really, it's just that they've all gone so far to the left and so far establishment that it's forced us who were in the center that just want like a decent take on news and on the world. Now we're far right because they've gone so crazy far left, lying scumbags. I don't understand how this election was even that close. I can't imagine like voting for a dude that clearly has dementia and Alzheimer's. I don't Quinnipiac, yeah, Quinnipiac. Okay, but I mean, I just don't even understand it. And yeah, is Quinnipiac a good one? Because I've heard of it before, but I've never, you know, seen it that much. Let's see here. What is this talking about? Independent, nonpartisan, national, stateswide public opinion poll. November 2nd. The final. Look at this, dude. Look at the first thing on here. The dude's name is Real Tuck Frumper. The final Quinnipiac poll is in, and Democrats things are looking very good. Lost Ohio by 13 points. These people, man, they just buy into anything to do with, you know, Tuck Frump. Just anything TDS related, these people just eat it up like mindless. I don't understand it. It cannot compute, and no one can explain it because we all know what this is like. We've all experienced this, and it makes no sense. John James leads by 12 points. An important. He's got that. That's in the bag, man. He's as good as in there. Arizona governor pushes back on an early call. Biden wins Minnesota. Shocker. How bad did he win Minnesota, by the way? Let's get a little look on that. Because Minnesota, man, will that ever go red? What is in the water up there? I don't understand. They got a lot of water, too. Couple thousand votes. 250,000 votes. Just constantly blue. Like, they burn Minneapolis down and they want more of it. Like, what the hell, man? Perfect. And no, they suck. Quinnipiac polls, yeah. All right. Because I know, I mean, some of them, like Rasmussen is probably what? Is that regarded as like the most center down the line? And that was like the most accurate, I think. These are the fools that, by sending their money. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they saving the Nigerian prince, like sending money to him to try to send $1,000 to get $5,000. Morons. Why in the hell? They're literally, like in Michigan, we didn't really have that going on because I think in Michigan you'd get a lot more resistance, quite frankly. But in Minnesota, that's just, man, I did this thing. I never published it because okay, I got a good story that you guys will like. I found a story. Do you remember that transgender library appreciation hour in Minnesota? Have you guys ever heard of that? The transgender library book reading where the dude just man-spreaded with like no underwear on and his junk's like hanging out. And I did a little investigative journalism on my own. I have it recorded somewhere, and I should actually publish it. And I meant to do even more. I did a little expose on these creeps. But I found the library where it came from, and I called the library, and I put on the best gay voice that I could possibly do. This is why I didn't publish it, because it was too emasculating when I listened back to it. But I was like, what can we do to save you guys? Oh no, the press is coming down. I can't believe the story has gone viral. what? Oh, I mean, transgender library study hours is a beautiful thing, and I just want to help you keep it. And the lady on the phone was, I know, I'm so sorry. Like, we were doing so good, and then until these rotten press people let that story out. It was disgusting. I was just shocked and appalled. I should have that was the one time I actually did a little a Project Veritastum is what I did, and I should have went further, but I was just like, I was in the middle of all my back stuff, and I was like, just too much. I was like, I got other priorities to do. But Minnesota, I've only been there one time, and I thought it was like Michigan. The people that at least I saw, I was out in the country. We were looking at a crane. We are gonna try to buy this beat ass crane, which we never bought, but it was cool. It was really beautiful and stuff. But Minnesota is just ridiculous. Like, how can you let their whole city burn down and then just re-elect Biden? Like, oh, we'll end the racism. We'll end if we just get Biden in there. What the hell? I'm gonna read your chats now, okay? Oh, this is a great site. You saw how they went up there. Veritas showed up. Ross is the best of a bad lot. Roz is the best of a bad lot. I don't remember. Story hour. Yeah, the story hour. Ridiculous. Awful. Disgusting. Degeneracy at its absolute finest. Just totally disgusting. Trump campaign calls on Fox News to retract Arizona call. Ooh, that's interesting. New York Post. I wonder if my browser, it's Chrome browser, will they even let me look at the New York Post? Do they just ban it right off of the... Like, when's that coming? When's Chrome browser just going to say, are you sure you want to look at this site? It's known to have peddled awful conspiracy theories that are bad for your learned brain, you know? Yeah, let's take a look at this. How long is this little video? Oh, come on, settle down. It's only 24.
Some people that still think that might.
Surprised by Arizona going to Biden?
I'm still not sure if that was a premature call. I think there are some people that still think that might have been a little bit early. I haven't had a chance. I've been standing out here, so I haven't had a chance to look deep into the numbers. But certainly, I think that there's still a good path for the president moving forward, particularly in those states like Pennsylvania and Wisconsin.
Well,
Rasmussen, yeah. Rasmussen, is that the one that is the best out of the bad lot? Okay, now I get what you're saying. Yeah. Rasmussen, that's what I was thinking. Was that the one I said? Rasmussen? I'm getting pretty tired. I'm gonna stay up, by the way. I'm not quitting on you guys, but it was Rasmussen, and I think that was the one I was saying. Yeah, it's the best of the bad lot. That's the one that tends to be more accurate. Now the other one is RCP, isn't it? Real Clear Politics. Isn't that one? Is that an aggregate of them too? I wonder how that'll all come out later. I'm not gonna go researching that, but I seem to remember Real Clear Politics might have been another one of the best of the bad lot. Yeah, Bloody Band. Yeah, when are they gonna, like, I'm using the Chrome browser right now, and it's like, okay, I have Chrome browser and Microsoft Edge. Mozilla Firefox is good. The reason why I'm not using that is because I use that to edit my website, so I just don't, because that one's actually pretty good, but it won't be too much longer before they just shut everything down. Microsoft, Bill Gates, globalist crap. Google globalist crap. Every time, like I was saying earlier, every time you get some good piece of technology from Google and the conservatives get on there and mobilize it and actually start doing something, they shut it down. Every time. I love Sarah. Kaylee is good, but I miss... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love Sarah, too. Kaylee is an ass kicker, man. I really love her. She's just dangerous. That girl is. Yeah. Yeah, Kaylee's awesome. Biden wins Minnesota. Ridiculous. So watch live. Biden speaks to... Watch live. Joe Biden speaks to hundreds of parked cars. It's pretty much it, too. Ballot measures of no. Doug Collins loses in Georgia. He's one of the good guys, isn't he? Wasn't he one of the? Was Collins one of the good guys that was? Wasn't he one of the guys that was backing Trump up? Yeah, they definitely do think they are gods. Wasn't Doug Collins he lost? Oh, that's not good. I don't I think he was one of the good guys. If I do remember. He was one of the ones that had Trump's back, I'm pretty sure. That's terrible, and he's from Georgia and he lost. Holy schnuggets, that's not good. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's not the greatest. I just remember it seems like he was one of them that had Trump's back, and that's not good. But Stephanopoulos looking like a replay of two. Oh, did we see? Oh man, we didn't get to see Jank meltdown. Yeah, he was great. Yeah, that's what I thought, man. That's terrible that he lost. I don't know his politics because he's a Georgia congressman or whatever, but I do seem to remember like he had Trump's back hard when he needed it. That's terrible he lost. Yeah, I don't believe it too. Yeah, for sure. That's what I was thinking too. I remembered his name from all the Mueller hearing, Russiagate nonsense. Donna Shalala. I don't know who Donna Shalala is. Is she? If it's reporting on here, she's probably a Republican too. Her name doesn't sound like that, but Miami-Dade. Oh, good. That one's a good one. Sweet. Now look at that. Just take a look at that versus look at that. I don't like to judge a book by its cover all the time, but oh, he's an ex-pastor and a ball-busting monster. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Bovada. Trump is now 85%. What the hell is Bovada? Is that like a slang for Nevada somehow? Donald Trump has moved all the way up to being minus 600 favorite implied odds at Bovada. Oh, Bovada must be these betting places. See, that's I don't know if you probably watched Tim Pool a little bit here and there. He was saying that there was the betting sites like completely flipped for Trump in the last few days. The polls, the polling places, they were completely wrong or seemed to be completely wrong, very wrong. But the betting sites were like they all went the other way, right at the last minute. They knew something that was, and that Chinese. I was showing you that earlier too. That tweet that I tweeted out about. See, let's check out on Trump here. I don't want to miss Trump when he talks. I'd be running over that. And it still hasn't. It's 50 minutes ago. Let's see. Let's check in with ABL here again. Okay. Nothing new going on there. I hit my. Oops. Shit. I didn't mean to
So that's where we at right now. I think Georgia should get called right. I don't see the reason why Georgia's not being called. Well, I do see the reason. I'm not a naive person. They've not called Georgia because they want to try to steal it, the mail and stuff, which was the plan from the beginning. But we'll see.
This
It's
dude's awesome.
It's an airtight race right now.
I'm glad that you turned me back on him.
But
I haven't seen him in a while because I thought he's great every time I watched him.
And remember, not only those that vote Democrat vote mail-in, just quiet as kept. Most of us don't vote mail-in, but some of us do vote mail-in, meaning those on the right.
Yeah, I know people.
North Carolina, I don't see that really changing anything. Pennsylvania, that's a big mess.
I know a lot of elderly people voted mail-in.
These
absentee.
states, they're all Trump's leading all of these states.
All right. All
So
straight.
let's do some more maths. All right. So according to Politico, Trump's up with 224 electoral votes. So in order for him to get to 270 to win the presidency, he'll need Nevada, which he'll probably get. That's 6. Arizona,
Why is
11.
it so choppy?
Maine. Is that 2 electoral votes only? Interesting.
That's awesome, brother. I'm so glad you came and
So that's
hung out with
243,
me,
right?
man. And I can't wait to hang out with you IRL, jam some guitar, jam some bass. Much respect to you, my brother. Mad respect, man. I appreciate it, and I can't wait to hang out with you. And we got to figure out how to do some live streams now that I got all this set up, because the problem with my setup before was I had to actually sit by the computer, sit in a chair and do it, or on my phone, but then I had to sit in a chair, hold the thing. With this, I can just totally schmooze out, man. I got my coffee, I got my vape, I got my water jugs, I got my phone right here, I got everything I need. I got like a screen over here that you can't see. That's so I got 2 screens I'm projecting. But so yes, we got to figure out whatever shit we need to do streaming, and got to get back in the game on that. And because I'm ready to do it. I got this. I got my streaming game mojo back again, and I'm pissed. I'm pissed at these rotten Democrats. When I live stream, I kind of want to just, we're going at the cuff. But when I do my little reports, I'm trying to be straight down the middle with it. I'm going to try to read the news without giving any commentary about it until after, want to do news straight, like what I wish people would do, just like, so I can ride in my car and listen to somebody read the news and then give their opinion after it, like, boom, I got an idea for that anyways, but we'll hook up, man, and have a great night, and appreciate you being here. Trump 2020, he's gonna take it home, man. We're not gonna be denied. Twitter can't deny us. Facebook can't deny us. Like, we will not be denied. Look at this security efforts. You son of a bitch, man. Jack Dorsey, you evil prick. But yeah, I'm gonna keep streaming though. Just because I'm interested in, I gotta stay up until at least till Trump speaks. I can't see a scenario where Trump does not speak and say something. So I'm gonna keep fishing around on here. But have a great night, brother.
There, out of the ones that he's projected to win on his map. That's 243. Now he's going to have to get Pennsylvania or North Carolina. So let's do it this way. If he gets Wisconsin and Michigan, that's 26 between them. He still needs one more electoral vote. Literally one more electoral vote. And that will be North Carolina. If he's able to get that, that's 15. That'll put him over the top. But he's got to win Wisconsin, where he's down by 4 percentage points. Michigan, where he's down almost 10 percentage points. North Carolina, which is a close race. Or Georgia. North Carolina or Georgia. He still has to get at least 3. You see, Pennsylvania, he would still need one more, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, let me do the math one more time just to make sure I'm straight. So 224 plus 6 plus 11 plus 2, 243. Now, if he gets Pennsylvania, which I doubt, but if he were to get it, that's 20 more electoral votes. That's 263. So he needs one more state. Anyone will do. If he can get Carolina, he'll pick it up, he'll get it. 278. But he has to.
Nevada's closing the gap.
I, I mean, they could win that one, but I'm not too um I'm not too optimistic about that one. So that's the whole thing. Biden has to win Pennsylvania and one more state, or Wisconsin, Michigan, and another state. So he needs to get 3 states. If he does not win Pennsylvania, 2 if he wins Pennsylvania, including Pennsylvania itself. So Pennsylvania and then something else, anything else. Probably Carolina. Okay. If he gets 10 and 16, he still needs one more state. You see, if he was to get 16 to 15, maybe he could win that way, North Carolina and Georgia. But I doubt it. That's kind of a far fetch. And even then, he would still need, I think, one more. Matter of fact, hold on. Pardon the noise, not my fault. Playing the white man. Okay, 243, and then 15, and then 16. He could win it with North Carolina and Georgia if he gets Nevada, Arizona, Maine, North Carolina, Georgia. But I don't see Georgia changing. North Carolina maybe, but if he was to get North Carolina, hold on. That's Carolina with 15 electoral votes. With 258, you would still need Michigan at least. Because if you don't get Michigan, if you get Wisconsin, you still need 2 more. So you're going to have to get Michigan or Pennsylvania anyway. So you're going to have to turn some tricks. You're going to have to really do some magic to succeed. But Trump has the easier path because his path is already where he's leading at. Okay, he's already at 213. Trump, that is. So pick up Alaska. That's 3. Then just get Georgia, where you're already leading, 16. North Carolina, 15. That's 247. Pennsylvania, 20. And then you can get Michigan, where you're already leading, 16. You're at 283. Even without Pennsylvania, you could take that away. Get Wisconsin. You at 273. That's a wrap. Yeah, Arizona's unfortunate. Really unfortunate. Very disappointing. I didn't really see that coming, honestly. I figured it would go towards Trump. But I can't say I'm really surprised. It's like California virus. You can see it. Southern California just going out to other parts of and Northern California, same thing, going to Nevada. I'm disappointed but not surprised. Georgia was kind of close to comfort, and that's because of Atlanta. North Carolina, same thing. Atlanta ain't that far away. Charlotte, Raleigh, Durham, Fayetteville, but really Charlotte. That's the biggest thing. And as Charlotte grows, so will the liberal influence in the state. And Virginia, that's just because of Fairfax County. That's it. Ain't nothing else really to it.
He's really getting into the sleepy time math here. Let's give him a little break. I needed a little break from talking too for a second. But I gotta figure out. We gotta go and look up. We gotta get us a Trump stream going on here. What is he doing? When is he? Is he? He must be in the war room right now. Must be in the war room, getting buck nasty with his peeps, trying to figure out what the hell is going on here. For sure, for sure. Just doing a little mic check there. So I just want to go to YouTube, regular YouTube. Let's check out HA here for a second. Oh, that's streamed 10. It's already been streamed. So we want to find my little keyboard in action here. And for Trump speech. Oops. The Bluetooth has to activate on this because it goes to sleep. Trump speech. Trump post. Victory speech. Oh wait, that's 3 years ago. Come on. Don't do that to me. You're rotten. You're rotten. Like today. Filter. By live. Features live. Election day coverage. No. No. You suck. What about, yeah, OAM? Check that. We gotta find some stuff. We ain't going to bed until the big man speaks. It says something about how we're getting screwed because they're taking all night to count. They better have some good excuse on that, like, oh, there were so many people that counted that we just could not. Sorry, here I'm in my lazy pose. Yeah, play. Is this not live? It's just a chat room. Alright. Biggest enemy is the news and the media. They have no accountability. UK calling for Trump. I don't know why they have a say in anything, but let's see here. I gotta check my chat in case somebody shows up too. $2.38 to $2.13. When did you say it? I'm just seeing this right now. I must have missed this. $2.38 to $2.30. See, I don't think that's correct though. I'm not seeing that as correct. I mean, yeah, that's 238 to 213, but that's not 269, Donnie. Or that's not 270. They got to get to 270. Right now it's 238 to 213, but that doesn't mean that that's going to be the way it is. Somebody has to crack 270. But let's see here. The House. How's the House doing? We haven't checked in on the House, and that's important because okay, so all 435 seats are up for election every 2 years. Yep. The Democrats gain control from the 2018 midterm. Yep. Election with 232 seats. The Republicans need to flip 21 seats in order to gain control. 200. So the Democrats are winning. So what is this all not decided yet? Man, that's close. What a tight race. What an absolutely divided race. Now, this is somewhat more understandable than Biden, but my God, how many people could possibly vote for someone who has Alzheimer's or at least dementia? I mean, it's sad. All right, New York Times sucks, and they're not even saying 234. Like, Fox has just got them buried, unless this is not refreshed. No, they've got it at 224 to 213. So Fox has got it like, how's the Senate doing? Damn, they're deadlocked. Democrats net one. That's not good. Look at that. Straight down the middle. Unreal. Governors. Well, the governors went all red, pretty much. North Carolina and Washington. That's no surprise there for sure. This is a really good maps, though. I gotta give him credit on that. Spencer Cox. I want to make sure that I'm not. Hang on, let me get on the phone for a second. We'll put all ABL back on here for just a second. Crush this. Play this. Yeah, I was about to say, he looks like he's petering out, man. Think old ABL's done for the night. Where is Trump? Where is Trump? Where is Trump? He said he's going to have a speech. Where's it at? I ain't quitting until the big man speaks. It was an hour ago now. Where's Nate Silver? Piss on you. Donald Trump. I will be making a statement tonight. A big win. View. Not allowed to like it. Getting used to the split keyboard. I'm going to crop that too. So it's Control, Windows, Alt. I gotta figure out my keyboard doesn't have a print screen button. It's insane. That is absolutely insane, man. What a bunch of BS. Where is Trump? Where is Trump? What about RSBN? Broadcasting Network. Give me some RSBN here.
I've been really thinking that Pennsylvania would be the nail biter all along, and that still could be the case. And in fact, I'm not sure that we're even going to know. Somebody might win the presidency tonight, but we still might not know how Pennsylvania shakes out for a few days. But yeah, I mean, Texas and Virginia at this stage, with as much as they've already had called in or tabulated in terms of voting. Look, this is why it's so fun to make predictions in our business, Jesse, because everyone's so catastrophically wrong all the time that, why not? You're like the guy standing up in the bar who's throwing a dart at the board, eyes closed, 50 feet away. You hit a bullseye, you're a hero. You hit some guy in the shoulder on the way into the bathroom, those are the breaks.
Well, yeah, I mean, people want. I'm sure. Please tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure it's happened to you too over the past, especially the past 2 or 3 days. Man, I'm surprised I haven't been cut off from my cell service. I have had more text messages and phone calls from family and friends. What's going to happen? Can you tell me what's going to happen? Is he going to win? Can you please tell me what's going to happen? I feel like people get so worked up going into the election that they just want somebody who they view as an expert, which everybody knows I am. Well, I think they just want someone to tell them everything's going to be okay. And have you been getting these?
Oh, yes, everyone. I'm getting it from people. I have friends who work in state politics in North Carolina and in Florida who are sending me text messages like, how do you think it's going to shake out? I'm saying, you're the one who's there on the ground, man. You're the one who's raising money and knocking on doors. What do you mean? You think the buck crystal ball is going to bail you out, son? You gotta get back to work out there, buddy. Got to keep knocking on doors. So look, man, this is a night that already it looks like it's having some big twists and turns. But I'm with you, by the way. Happy Warrior, man. This is what we wanted. We wanted a massive, crazy election night. 160 million votes cast. People being wrong, and then wrong again on what they thought was going to happen. And, you know, when the dust settles and the Biden voters finally calm themselves, hopefully they want to burn down half of a major city. I think that's what we're looking at.
Buck, I had someone say something to me on the radio the other day. I forget who it was. Might have been a caller. I brought up that, you know, hey, we really don't. I mean, if you have to talk about a negative part of Trump winning, in my opinion, there would be two negative parts to it. One, I think it would give people on the right a sense of complacency to how far behind in this culture war we are. And two, I mean, I really don't want to see a bunch of people's businesses getting burned. You know, someone's going to die and all that carnage. I don't want to see that. I don't like Americans hurting other Americans. And the guy brought up to me, he said, you have to understand, there's just as much of a likelihood these crazy leftists are going to riot if they win, let alone if they lose. And I never thought about that. He's right.
Yeah, I went to college right down the street from the University of Massachusetts, and it was always amazing to me that there would be these in the police, you know, the local sort of police wire. There'd be, you know, riot control deployed when the Patriots won, and riot control deployed when the Patriots lost. So there's a similar effect here with Biden voters, and I'm just gonna say, man, you don't negotiate with terrorists. So if Antifa, BLM, rioters, if they're going to, you know, respond in the way that so many businesses across America are preparing for, the only way to actually defeat that is to show that we're going to withstand it and we're going to keep winning. We're not tired of winning yet, Jesse.
We are going to go now to Inez Stepman of the Independent Women's Forum and the Federalist and friend of mine. Inez, I'm having the time of my life tonight. I know Buck is as well. We've got Florida. We're going to win Texas. I'm hearing we're going to come back in Ohio. Please, Lord, let that happen. What's the genius Inez thinking?
Well, I think I'm kind of the opposite of you guys in the sense that I had this sense of ironic detachment, you know, straight from the Slavic bloc country from which my family comes. I was like, we're in decline no matter what. It doesn't really matter who wins the election that much. Like, yes, I'd prefer Trump to win, but you know, it's so I thought I had a certain detachment about the whole thing, and here I am on election night, like pacing my apartment, which is, by the way, not quite yet flame lit. We're hoping that that won't be the case here in Washington D.C., but no guarantees, as with anything else in this election, that we won't be watching the results with one eye out the window to watch the bonfires.
Inez, important safety tip: just make a banner that says "Silence is violence." And hang that out your window, and you're good to go. Then the violence will bypass you and go to the next door down. So I want to help you out with that one, and also want to ask you what we're seeing in some of these Senate races. We got a big one out in Colorado. I brought up before Cocaine Mitch. I call him that too, Jesse. By the way, Cocaine Mitch successful. Oh, here we go. Trump wins Kansas. That's exciting. We knew Kansas was going to be good, but it's always nice. What do we think?
So some of these Senate races, I mean, just in general, I think the reason this has been so chaotic, and we've seen these walkbacks in Virginia, and we've seen like ridiculous sort of numbers that don't really make a lot of sense in terms of any of the narratives that any.
Come on, Big Don. Come on.
result, a disputed result. But I mean, we're in a situation now where we're nowhere near Pennsylvania counting all of its votes, or Georgia, or a number of these states. So it's a more complicated case for the president to make now than it was in Florida, where all the states have been called at various points.
Chris Wallace is
George
such
W.
a
Bush had been declared the winner.
dirty.
Joe Biden, Al Gore had actually conceded and then had to rescind his concession. And of course, the famous line where Gore said, "You don't have to be snippy about it." So, I mean, this is going to be a more complicated and tougher case for this president to make than it was for George W. Bush.
And it's going to be excruciating for the country.
Well, I think it'll be, so divisive in terms of, you look at the comparison. Let's take a state like Pennsylvania. You look at the rural counties in the middle versus, the counties that are strong Democratic counties, Pittsburgh, but also around that Philadelphia area. That's one level of division. But I think you also have to keep in mind, in a place like Georgia, you're looking at votes around the Atlanta area, heavily minority votes. In Pennsylvania, again, you're looking at votes concentrated in the Philadelphia and Pittsburgh area. Again, specifically in Philadelphia, heavily minority votes. And the suggestion that there might be some hanky-panky or fraud or whatever is, again, going to raise the level of division, I think, in the country. I think it just tears our social fabric.
Can I
We
just
have, let me hold on 1 second. We have under 2 minutes now before the president, but we do have a call to make. The decision desk is now calling the Montana Senate race for the incumbent, Steve Daines, Republican, against former Governor Steve Bullock, who was a presidential candidate at one time, ran for Senate. This was supposed to be a Democratic pickup. This is a big hold for Republicans, and you see the 46-47, it's only Democrats +1. Remember, they have to have net +4 to take over control. We're getting to the point, if you look to Michigan, if you look to Purdue and Georgia, if he stays over 50%, that we may, this morning, be able to say that Republicans are going to hold on to control in the U.S.
I was just going to say, if you want a pretty good idea what the president's going to say, I just got a fundraising appeal from the Trump-Pence campaign breaking. Democrats plan to steal the election. We're emailing you now to ask for you to step up one last time and defend the president. The Democrats will steal the election. We can't let them get away with it. So we are in full-scale 2000 litigation, and they're raising money to begin a legal effort to stop vote counting in various places and to say that the Democrats are stealing the election.
But I should point out, finishing my Senate thought, that Tom Tillis has already declared victory in North Carolina. We have not called that race, but he has declared victory down there. It's lining up that Mitch McConnell, after his victory tonight, will continue to be Senate Majority Leader and not Minority Leader.
And it's
Let's
worth
not
pointing out
forget
the
here that
concerns.
what 2000 proved was that we have institutions and procedures for settling these kinds of disputes. They held up then. It took a long time. A lot of different courts at many levels ended up in the Supreme Court, but it was handled. We're designed. We have checks and balances and processes. They worked then. My guess is they'll work now. They'll work now, and in the end, people by and large will accept it. At least they won't refuse to accept it on any worse than they refused to accept Donald Trump's clear victory 4 years ago. I might also add about 2000, by the way, that the slogan of the Democrats was, we want to count every vote. But they didn't really want to count every vote. They wanted to count votes and keep counting votes in parts of Florida where they believed they would pick up votes. They didn't want to count anywhere else. David Boies, who was the lawyer for the Trump team, acknowledged that in his book.
The Bush team.
I'm sorry, did I say
the Trump team? It's the Bush team. You mean in 2000?
It was the Gore team. The Gore team, yeah. David Boies was the Gore team.
That's right.
And he said in his book that they didn't want to go counting more, counting the counties where they didn't think they were going to pick up more.
Well, that's what's going to happen here too, though.
Yeah.
Don't you think that you're going to start to say, well, you can count them here or don't count them there, and there'll be obviously objections to what's going on in Philadelphia or what's going on in Georgia now in Fulton County. I wish I were as optimistic as you, and certainly
I don't think the country's going to come apart about it. But
That's what I'm saying.
this is the last. This is the last thing the country needs. I mean, so many people are close to a political nervous breakdown, and it seems to me this is going to put us closer to the edge of that.
It's a 2020 cherry on the top of a really awful Sunday that the country really does not need. And that, I think, is one of the most difficult parts of watching all of this unfold tonight. It's starting to look, we did some history lessons earlier, but it's like 1896, Hayes and Tilden, post-Civil War, during Reconstruction, an election that went on for months with no resolution until it was finally decided. Back then, they used to do the inauguration in March, and I believe it dragged on for 3 or 4 months.
4 months counting. But here's a benefit. We are now 13 minutes with Britt still here as we wait for President Trump.
Every minute's a bonus, Britt.
To speak. Dana, your thoughts as we get ready to hear from President Trump?
I can hear Biden snoring now.
having worked in the Bush White House, with that Bush v. Gore decision, I mean, it was deeply scarring for a lot of people, and we all remember it. You were there covering it. I went to bed that night thinking President Bush had won, and woke up in the morning with my husband saying, "I'm so sorry, I didn't win." And it still weighs heavy on people's minds. And at the time, there was no incumbent in the White House. The one thing that's really different about this, look at this setting, where President Trump is going to be speaking from the East Room of the White House, just below the residence that he calls home, the people's house. I think that feels a little bit different tonight.
Well, it also felt different for the Republican National Convention. The final speech on Thursday night to be on the South Lawn, and we were there. And this White House for this president, in an age of COVID-19, has been the place where he is delivering the big moments. And this is obviously one of the biggest as he tries to hold on to a re-election bid.
Yeah, he has been forced to do all of these events right at the White House, and it is his home and his residence, and he does gain the advantage of being able to have this amazing backdrop and very presidential environment for these big moments.
Can I just say something? I mean, we need to make the point, and obviously there are concerns, but the idea that the vote isn't over on election day and that elections aren't decided. In 2000, it wasn't decided. In 2004, you went to bed and we didn't know whether Bush or Kerry was going to win. I remember as a youngster, Jack Kennedy and Richard Nixon in 1960. We didn't know until the morning that Kennedy had beaten Nixon. So the idea that we don't know by some witching hour on election night or the morning after who the president is not unusual and is no sign that there's anything funny going on. And perhaps when the vote is counted in all of these places, there are 6 major states that are still undecided. It may be that without Pennsylvania, one of these gentlemen is able to win and we're able to avoid this litigation. I hope so, but as you say, Martha, it's 2020.
It took till 3:30 in the morning in 2016 for us to make that final call, to call for the 45th president of the United States. This moment, it's fraught with a lot of things, but really just getting it done in each one of these states is the deal that these state election offices have to deal with.
Right. So earlier we were discussing this, and the lawyers came in, and I think Britt Hume made the point. These decisions about how elections are conducted are set by the state legislatures. What we are seeing in the current atmosphere is state election offices make provisions to help people to vote in the midst of the virus, or possibly because this is a very difficult time in American life and people are fearful. But what we are seeing now, I think, is setting up again, and I just come back to this, I think a very difficult moment in terms of American life. But I just wanted to reiterate what Chris had said. It's not unusual that you have an election for president decided beyond the day of the election. And it's, again, a consequence of the fact that every state, states' rights, 10th Amendment, is able to make their own rules for how the election is conducted within their boundaries. By the way, Martha, I was so impressed that you knew about Rutherford v. Hayes and Tilden, and how that decision was decided. It basically,
I love the shrug. I love the shoulder shrug.
Pulling troops out of the South. That's how we got President Hayes.
That's how we got President Hayes.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Good night, everybody.
Awkward pause.
Congratulations, President Hayes. Probably
I also say we've had about 20 minutes of 2-minute warnings for the president.
I imagine that he has a way that he wants to say things, and the lawyers have a way that they want him to say things. So that's why you got the teleprompters there, because you don't want him to say something that is going to be used against him in court if this does go to any sort of a court situation.
So you're saying this is not a freewheeling operation?
This is not a rally. I would say that.
Yeah, that's an interesting thought. So Pat Cipollone and others are probably
Pouring
parsing
over every single word, and don't stray off with this word, and don't ramble, and don't go on a tangent, and just stick to this language. And that's not the president doesn't like to do that. He wants to just talk. He wants to tell it like it is. Let Trump be Trump.
And it was put that he would make a statement, not I will speak to the American people or any suggestion that there would be any question and answer, but that he would come out and make a statement, which he tends to do a little bit of ad-libbing around the edges of those statements when
so I don't blame them for taking their time, but it's getting on.
But
this hour, the Republicans are up in the House, not up enough to gain control, but that they've gained seats so far. There are a lot races to be decided and so on. But this was not where we expected to be with regard to the House of Representatives.
And a lot of that, I think, is because there's very little ticket splitting, and the president did better in some of these places.
Exactly.
And in those swing districts, the Republicans are able to get some of them back, including Abigail Spanberger down in Virginia, who was quite a pretty popular member.
I mean, I don't think they thought that Donna Shalala was going to lose down in Florida.
Oh.
Former
I'm sure you can
HHS
find people
secretary.
who will say, I knew that she was going to lose, but that wasn't on the radar, no. But Colin Peterson, moderate Democrat of Minnesota, the Republicans have tried to bring him down for years. They were finally able to do that with Michelle Fischbach.
So we sit here and wait for the president at 2:19 in the morning, and what we are left with is what's left to call. Let's go out to D.C. Donna Brazil, we haven't heard from you for a while. We're getting ready to hear from the president. Your thoughts on this night?
Well, first of all, I believe that every vote should be counted. So that's the Democratic talking point, but that's a talking point from somebody who has spent decades out there trying to encourage people to vote. That's number one. Number two, I think Martha made this point, or someone else, that, Chris made this point that this is not the first time we've gone in overtime. 2000, 2016, 2004, 1976, 68, and 1960. There are other points that I would like to make, but I'll defer to listening
here
to
we
the
go.
president. Election
Moment
results
of
are rarely
truth.
certified on election night. And we need to make provisions not just for overseas military ballots and eligible citizens who cast their ballots today, but we should also ensure that all of these absentee ballots are counted as well. I'll let it go to the president.
Donna, thank you. The first family walking in. They've spent a lot of time on the trail, but now let's listen in to the President of the United States in the East Room of the White House, coming to speak to the American people.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Please sit. Thank you. This is without question the latest news conference I've ever had. Thank you. I appreciate it very much. And I want to thank the American people for their tremendous support. Millions and millions of people voted for us tonight. And a very sad group of people is trying to disenfranchise that group of people.
Yep.
And we won't stand for it.
Yeah.
Stand for it.
Yeah. That's right.
I want to thank the First Lady, my entire family, and Vice President Pence, Mrs. Pence, for being with us all through this. And we were getting ready for a big celebration. We were winning everything. And all of a sudden it was just called off.
Yep. Yep.
Results tonight have been phenomenal. And
come on.
We are getting ready. I mean, literally, we were just all set.
Stop. Come on. You rotten son of a gun. What the heck is going on here? Play! Play! Right when I'm watching it. Jammed up. I've got great internet. Nothing will play.
It's also clear that we have won Georgia. We're up by 2.5% or 117,000 votes with only 7.
It's on the lowest setting.
They're going to catch us. They can't catch us.
Are you kidding me?
Likewise, we've clearly won North Carolina.
It's doing this on purpose.
We're up 1.4% or 77,000 votes with only approximately 5% left. They can't catch us. We also, if you look and you see Arizona, we have a lot of life in that. And somebody declared
Fox
that it was a victory for, and maybe it will be. I mean, that's
Fox
possible.
did.
But certainly there were a lot of votes out there that we could get because we're now just coming into what they call Trump territory. I don't know what you call it, but these were friendly Trump voters. And that could be overturned. The gentleman that called it, I watched tonight. He said, well, we think it's fairly unlikely that he could catch. Well, fairly unlikely. And we don't even need it. We don't need that. That was just a state that if we would have gotten it, it would have been nice, Arizona. But there's a possibility, maybe even a good possibility. In fact, since I saw that originally, it's been changed and the numbers have substantially come down just in a small amount of votes. So we want that obviously to stay in play. But most importantly, we're winning Pennsylvania by a tremendous amount of votes.
Dude, he's supposed to win, man. I just did the math. I don't think that Biden can win. They've gummed it up on purpose.
We're up 600. Think of this.
600,000.
We're up 690,000 votes in Pennsylvania. 690,000.
But they won't call it.
These aren't even close. It's not like, oh, it's close. With 64% of the vote in, it's going to be almost impossible to catch. And we're coming into good Pennsylvania areas where they happen to like your president. I mean, it's very good. So we'll probably expand that. We're winning Michigan. I'll tell you, I looked at the numbers. I said, whoa. I said,
yeah, baby.
Wow, that's a lot.
We did our job.
Almost 300,000 votes.
We did our job in
And
Michigan. We got John James in there.
And we're winning Wisconsin. So we're winning. We don't need all of them. We need, because when you add Texas in, which wasn't added,
right?
I spoke with the really wonderful governor of Texas just a little while ago, and Greg Abbott, he said, congratulations. He called me to congratulate me on winning Texas. I mean, we won Texas. I don't think they
for the love of Pete
finished quite the tabulation, but there's no way. And it was almost complete, but he congratulated me. Then he said, by the way, what's going on? I've never seen anything like this. Can I tell you what? Nobody has. So we won by 107,000 votes with 81% of the vote. That's Michigan. So when you take those three states in particular, and you take all of the others, I mean, we have so many. We had such a big night. You just take a look at all of these states that we've won tonight, and then you take a look at the kind of margins that
come on.
And all of a sudden, it's not like we're up 12 votes and we have 60% left.
This is ridiculous, Fox.
We won
this is
states,
you,
and all of a sudden,
me.
I said, what happened to the election? It's off. And we have all these announcers saying, what happened? And then they said, oh, Because you know what happened? They knew they couldn't win. So they said, let's go to court. And did I predict this, Newt? Did I say this? I've been saying this from the day I heard they were going to send out tens of millions of ballots. I said exactly, because either they were going to win, or if they didn't win, they'll take us to court. So Florida was a tremendous victory, 377,000. Texas, as we said. Ohio, think of this. Ohio, a tremendous state, a big state. I love Ohio. We won by 8.1%, 461. Think of it. Almost 500,000 votes. North Carolina, big victory with North Carolina. And so we won there. We lead by 76,000 votes with almost nothing left. And all of a sudden, everything just stopped.
Yep.
This is a fraud on the American public. This is an embarrassment to our country.
Yes, it is.
We were getting ready to win this election.
Yep.
Frankly, we did win this election.
That's right. That's right, Tom.
So
The
our
numbers
goal now
prove
is
it.
to ensure the integrity for the good of this nation. This is a very big moment.
Yeah, it is.
This is a major fraud in our nation. We want the law to be used in a proper manner. So we'll be going to the U.S. Supreme Court. We want all voting to stop. We don't want them to find any ballots at 4 o'clock in the morning and add them to the list. Okay? It's a very sad moment. To me, this is a very sad moment. And we will win this. And we, as far as I'm concerned, we already have won it. So I just want to thank you. And I want to thank all of our support. I want to thank all of the people that worked with us. And Mr. Vice President, say a few words, please. Please.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to join you in thanking more than 60 million Americans who have already cast their vote for 4 more years for President Donald Trump in the White House. And while the votes continue to be counted, we're going to remain vigilant, as the president said. The right to vote has been at the center of our democracy since the founding of this nation.
It's not a democracy, it's a constitutional republic.
But I really believe with all of my heart, with the extraordinary margins, Mr. President, that you've inspired in the states that you just described, and the way that you launched this movement across the country to make America great again, I truly do believe, as you do, that we are on the road to victory, and we will make America great again and again. Thank you, Mr. President.
Fox, you suck. Your stream totally sucks. And now I'm not watching you because you suck. Fox, you totally suck. Well, I'd say that just about concludes it. I'm going to wrap up with a little bit of to see what's up. I'm going to get back with you tomorrow. I'm going to go to bed here, and we'll wake up tomorrow, and we'll figure it out. Because that's exactly what I was saying. That was exactly what I said earlier in the stream. If you go back to, here, we'll take a look at it as we wrap up here. Decision. Here, I got my keyboard. Come on. Decision desk. What I was saying was, like, why aren't they counting the ballots anymore? That's exactly what I said. You can go back in the stream. You can watch me say it. Why haven't they? Why did the? And that's what he said, and I didn't really connect it until just then. But that is what happened. That is what I saw. What I saw, what we were discussing earlier on the stream, was why aren't they giving these states to them? Okay, so here I'm going to break it down for you. According to Decision Desk HQ, and there's a few outtakes, but they're all preliminarily the same. Okay, Pennsylvania should go to him for sure. He's ahead by plenty enough to win it. That's 20. So right here he's at 213. So let's add 20. So now he's at 233. He's going to win Michigan. That's 16. 233 plus 16 is 59. 259. Then he's going to win Wisconsin. 269. Then he's going to take these two. One of those, I mean, it's in the bag for him. The only way they could do it is to screw him. Look at Biden. 225. Okay. I'm going to make a video after this that's a separate video of me breaking this down. Because according to this, it's 225, okay? He's going to get 6 from Nevada. That's 231. He's going to get 11 from Arizona. That's 241. He's going to get 4 from Hawaii. That's 245. And then he's going to get 2 from Maine. That's 247. And 247 does not equal 270. Do you see? This is just simple math here. He's ahead right here. Okay, estimated 86.1 to 99% are in. Okay, and he's up by over 100,000. Pennsylvania is he crushed Pennsylvania. He absolutely crushed Pennsylvania. Like, no questions about it. Pennsylvania is his. They're not going to find a million votes, lying in a trash can. It's not going to happen. So you got to give him that one. You've got to give him that one. North Carolina, he's up by. North Carolina's tighter. North Carolina would be the one that might be able to slide. And that one's tight too. So you got North Carolina. But why did they stop right here? Estimated 99% in. 99%. Okay, do the math on that. With that 1%, are you going to come up with 100,000 votes for one person? No. This one, 99% in. Are you going to come up with over 100,000 votes for one person with that 99% in? No, you're not. So this is a total fraud, like he's saying. With the states that Joe Biden's projected to win, or did win, Hawaii was in play. So, my bad. Hawaii, he's already got that in there. So he's at 241. That's even less. He's got 3 states that he's gonna pick up for sure. Puts him at 241. Okay, let's say he won this and this. 241 plus 31 is, well, that would put him over 270. So that's the crookedness right there. Right there. Because there's 31 there. That put him at 272. If he picked up both of these. But they're at 99% and both 100,000 votes. That's like when Michigan won last time in 2016, it was 10,000 votes. So Biden has to, at 99%, has to pick up 100,000, and it's not happening. So what the hell happened? Plus Alaska. I didn't even count Alaska into Trump's. Trump is going to win Wisconsin. He's going to win Michigan. He's going to win Pennsylvania. He's going to win Alaska. Well, what does that put him at? See here, 213 plus 10, which is 223 plus 16 is 2. I almost need a calculator. I'm so tired. Like, I just did the math, but I'm falling asleep here. So let's make it, let's just make it easy on us all. with the CAL calculator. That way you can see it, and I'm not going to make a mistake. So you have 213 plus 10 plus 16 plus 20 plus there is so 3 right there. That's why it's obvious. He just needs one of those, and he's gonna win. Joe Biden needs both of them, and they're both 99%. It's plainly fraudulent. If these numbers are accurate, that is plainly fraudulent. And the last point I'm going to make is Amy Coney Barrett was put on the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court had a decision where, guess what? North Carolina and Pennsylvania, like, dude, look at this. I should break this down. If I wasn't so tired, I could break this down in a much better way. But I'm going to go fish this article up. Amy Coney Barrett North Carolina, Pennsylvania. Okay, and what do we find when we go and look that up? Supreme Court spurns Republicans in North Carolina, punts on Pennsylvania ballot case. The Supreme Court left the status quo intact in a pair of swing state election cases on Wednesday, turning aside Republicans who aimed to block a ballot receipt extension in North Carolina and declining to expedite a Republican challenge to the Pennsylvania deadline while leaving the option of weighing in on that case after Election Day. Justice Amy Coney Barrett, who joined the court Tuesday, did not take part in the deliberations in this round of litigation, which involves the proper role of state courts in changes and procedures of the federal election. Where's her quote on this? Where is her vote in the case could have been pivotal because just last week the Supreme Court deadlocked 4-4 on the Republicans' request for an emergency stay that would have blocked Pennsylvania's Supreme Court decision, allowing that ballots arrive up to 3 days after the election and be counted if they are postmarked by Election Day. No justice publicly dissented from the High Court. Okay, so where is her quote that says, of course, blah, 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 blah. She's not, I don't see her quote on this one. Her excuse for not voting, it was 4-4, and she could have been the deciding factor. 4-4. She was the deciding factor. Could have been to stop Pennsylvania and North Carolina, the two states that just happen to be the ones that are in play that Biden needs. He needs North Carolina and Pennsylvania. Now, he's not going to get Pennsylvania. But North Carolina, he might be able to get, maybe with a miracle. And did you see that shyster smile on his face? The disgusting, crooked smile, like he already knew what was going to happen. That rotten criminal is what he is. Him and his crime syndicate family, disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. It said I reconnected, but whatever. I am officially going to bed. I want to make a video on this bad right now, what I just said, showing you how they're rigging this, because it's totally... Better pundits than I will probably do it, but they probably won't come from the mainstream media. They're probably not going to come from Fox News, who shoved Arizona by the wayside and just gave it to Biden, it looks like, on some accounts. I mean, like what? I don't even know if it's, what is it? It's 80 to 97%, and it's within 100,000 votes. No, yeah, haven't. So this one is probably Arizona, but they called it way early, which is weird. It's very bizarre that they did that, but I don't think that's a huge issue. The issue is that North Carolina and Pennsylvania both get to plow in a bunch of extra votes after today. And the Supreme Court should have blocked that, could have blocked that, and it came down to Amy Coney Barrett, who they just put in there, as Tom Fenton said, quote, moved heaven and earth to get her in that spot right before the election, to make sure she was in there to do her job. The first time she had a job to do, she says, I didn't have enough time. Well, you know what? You make time for something that important. And I was complaining about that to a close relative of mine. Today, I said, that was horrible. That was a bad move. I was very disappointed that she didn't do that after seeing what they... Anyways, my blood pressure's too high and I gotta sign off. The point is, as of right now, if you take this picture right now and you take Joe's number of 227 and you add Nevada, Arizona, and Maine. Oh, now they've given Maine to him for sure. So now Maine's out of play. So now you just, okay, so 227 plus 6 is 233 plus 11 is 244, which is not 270. But God, man, it's racking my brain even thinking about these numbers. This is just like numbers flying around. But that's correct, right? 227, that puts him at 233. That puts him at 244. And then that's it. He needs to flip this. And even if he does, 240, 50, 60. He'll have 260. So he's over. It's one, and it's a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace. The numbers are clean and plain right there. It's a total disgrace. It's a total farce. Can I take a snapshot of this? Save as web page. No, I don't want to save it as a web page. I want to download the picture. It won't let me do that. I want to take a snapshot of this. But with this keyboard, I don't know how to print screen. Oops. I just wish I would print. Can I do it up here? Print. Why won't it show up? No. I just want to print screen. Take a screenshot. Why don't they just have that in here? It's so easy to do. Just whatever. Anyways. Bogus. Whack. Trump's going to win. And it's a disgrace that they're going to drag this out for the American people. They're going to drag this out, and they're doing it on purpose. And it's wrong and disgusting. And that's all I got to say about it. Do the math. Biden takes this and this, and he cannot get to 270. He can even take that, which he won't do, and he can't get to 270. He needs this and that. What is North Carolina and Pennsylvania have in common? The fact that Amy Coney Barrett refused to judge on the case because she, quote unquote, didn't have enough time. Not even joking. 4-4 with the other justices, and she was the deciding factor, but she didn't have enough time. So now this gets to get strung out for 2 more weeks, and it's just going to piss off the Democratic Party and the Antifa and the BLM, and they're going to peacefully protest like they've been peacefully protesting for the next 7 months, and it's going to be a disaster. Another disaster, another despicable fraud brought to you by the Democrat Party. The rotten, degenerate, lying, cheating, stealing Democrat Party. And that's all there is to it. It's disgusting. And with that, I will sign off. I'm going to leave this web page open like that, but oops, I got to click this thing off. But with that being said, it's been a wonderful night. It should have been a wonderful night. Now it's ended up in pissed off land. But I love you all. Love you viewers. I love my boys. Love my peeps. And everyone have a great night. Oops.